How do I manage discussions with staggered due dates? I'm going to watch this episode of 5 Minutes of Canvas. I'm Greg Beyer, and I've been teaching with technology since the days of HyperCard. I love making videos on how to teach with technology, and I've been doing so for most of my career with Kasama River College and the online network of educators. If you too like these types of videos, please subscribe to this channel and join our community. In this video, I'm going to cover how we can use Canvas discussions for staggered discussions. That is, when students have to reply to a prompt and reply to their classmates. How to use discussions that require student-to-student participation has long been a challenge for learning management systems. With a single due date for the assignments, we run the risk that students will not have classmates to respond to when they are ready to write their second post. So we give the assignment two due dates, one for their reply to the prompt and the other for their replies to classmates. By staggering the due dates for each part of the assignment, we help our students make the discussion meaningful. With the discussion assignment in Canvas, only one due date appears in the gradebook. Should we make that when the reply to the prompt is due, or when replies to classmates are due? Before I demonstrate a couple of options, I want to talk about a change to the Canvas discussion tool that is coming. For that, I will turn to Camera 2. Hello, Camera 2. Instructure is in the middle of developing a new discussions tool, and managing discussions with staggered due dates is a feature that we hope will be included. Follow the Discussions Redesign group in the Instructure community to know what the status is. I will leave links to that in the doobly-doo. Let's get back to Camera 1. So, change is coming at some point, but for now, we work with what we've got. I've done this in two different ways and will demonstrate both. It's double demo time! For both of the options I will demonstrate, the discussion due date is when I want students to respond to the prompts. That date is more important, and my prompt and grading rubric reflect this. The first option is to create a second assignment for students' replies to classmates. Including a link to the discussion in the assignment descriptions eases access. And this automatically adds an item to the course summary table on the syllabus page. The rubric and points for this assignment remain distinct, which might ease confusion when students look at the grades page. However, the speed grader for the second assignment does not show the discussion contributions by each student. That means that the instructor needs to open two browser windows or tabs to view student submissions at the same time they do feedback. The second option is the one I use, and that is to keep everything in one assignment. As with the first option, the requirements include a reply to classmates. The reply to the prompt and the replies to classmates are separate criteria in the rubric. When I give feedback, this helps me because all the students' contributions to a discussion appear in the speed grader for this one assignment. I remind students about their classmates in two ways. First, I post an announcement with a reminder. Second, I add a comment in my feedback to the reply to the prompt if they have not yet posted a reply to a classmate. I try not to give feedback until after that first due date, and in my experience, many of my students have already replied to their classmates by the time I start providing feedback. Staggering discussion due dates encourages meaningful online discussions, and we can use the Canvas tools to help ourselves and our students keep track of what's due when. Thank you for watching this video. I would love to know in the comments section, how do you manage due dates for discussions that require student-to-student interaction? Please share as well what things you want to explain in just 5 minutes. Never stop learning, and I'll see you in the next one.